on September 21st of this year, I uploaded a video called Should I Quit Dead by Daylight? It was basically a breakdown of how I've been feeling lately regarding Dead by Daylight's community, regarding Dead by Daylight's community, regarding the game, regarding everything, and also how it would be very difficult for me to quit Dead by Daylight because I rely on Dead by Daylight content to pay my bills. And eventually I would post a video called Thank You and I'm Scared Life and Channel Update, and then post this on September 27th, and which was only 6 days later, I will admit. And basically it was a declaration that I was not going to be quitting Dead by Daylight, that I was going to only be slowing down on the content of Dead by Daylight because I wanted to make sure that whatever I was doing with passion. I never want to make a video just to make a video. I want to make videos because it's something that I want to talk about. This entire channel success, like the success I've gotten up until this point, is blatantly confusing to me. I have no clue why anybody watches this channel, because all I do is just yap about my opinions. I don't do interesting challenge runs. I don't do fancy schmancy experiment videos. I don't do any of that. I literally either write a script or I just turn on a microphone and I just talk, and then I put some gameplay footage in the background. That is literally, we're old school 2009 YouTube right now, bro. Like that's where we are. That's what this is. Maybe that's it. Maybe a lot of people are just nostalgic for the commentary days where, you know, Call of Duty commentary, where people would just post a Call of Duty clips and talk about their opinions, and that's just it. People are just nostalgic for that. I don't know. The point is that I took a big leap at the end of September, one that is very, very scary. We haven't made it through a full month yet we haven't made it through a full month yet, so I haven't seen exactly how much money I've lost doing this, but maybe if you guys want it, I'll make an update video at the end of the month. But anyway, so from that point on, I would go on to post a variety of gaming content, and I would only talk about DBD maybe once a week. Most of the time, if I talked about DBD more than once a week, it was because there was a news update that I wanted to share and talk about. But just like before, it's a combination of neutral and positive, and some bitching and moaning. But most of it was just neutral or positive. This just holds true. While the rest of my content has been a variety of neutral, positive, and bitching. Some of it is like overwhelmingly positive, and I'm pointing this out for a reason. Like, for example, I did my Deadlock video. Deadlock is my dream PvP game, where I rambled on for 22 minutes about how much I love Deadlock and how good of a game it is. There was the Mori's Reverted update patch, where I was very excited that they listened to the community on that. There was quite a bit, man. There was quite a bit. I talked a little bit. One video that I did want to address real quick as I'm scrolling through my content was the Coconut RTS has lost his mind video, where we showcased Coconut doing a very unhinged comparison of the victims in the Palestinian genocide to the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, which was implying that it was a justified killing. It is not something that should have ever been made or said. If you're interested in my thoughts on his full video and his follow-up video, I made a video on my commentary channel, and if I say the word video one more time and too quickly, I might just I can't say that because of YouTube algorithm. But anyway, the point is that I just wanted to let you guys know that I did follow up on that video. So anyway, so I would go on to just make a variety of gaming content. And then today, as I'm recording this video, I made a video on October 24th called Why Does DBD Make Me Apathetic? And that video was basically a breakdown of how sometimes when I'm playing Dead by Daylight, it feels pointless. It feels pointless because of a combination of the community and the game itself. There's a lot of, and it's nothing to do with balance changes or anything. It's a lot to do with things like bad collision and bad latency issues and things like that kind of frustrate me, and then like the way the community acts frustrates me, and it all just comes together in this culmination that doesn't make me love Dead by Daylight, doesn't make me hate Dead by Daylight. It just makes me feel empty and numb. I don't have any emotional connection to Dead by Daylight anymore. So it was a very interesting thing to think about. And at least I thought it was interesting. And on that video, I ended up receiving a comment. Now, I'm not going to show this person's name because I don't want people to go after them. And if I find out that you guys go to that video and you're like going after them and like attacking them, just don't do that, man. It's not cool. It's not interesting. I don't approve of harassing anybody. If I'm ever talking about someone in my videos, I do not approve of harassing them and shit like that. No one deserves to be harassed. It's just not a good look. So anyway, the comment reads, "Congratulations on your constant negativity, bitterness, and salt have made me legitimately stop playing DBD. Maybe that's a good thing, but I don't get how you still have a fan base." You know what, dude? Honestly, me neither. "You preach having a positive outlook, but all you produce is complaining, complaining, complaining." Well, that's just not true. "I've lost all goodwill for your content." Okay, fair enough. "As you clearly don't know how to be positive." Okay. "Make your snarky comments, laugh it off, whatever, but I'm leaving. I can't stand your negativity." And I responded, "If one creator calls you to stop playing a game, that's a you problem. I haven't even spoken about DBD that much for weeks now," which is true. "Most of my videos have been across the gaming space, and the DBD videos I have done have been mostly neutral or positive, with like one overtly negative one," which is also true. "Sounds more to me like you already had a problem with DBD, but instead of admitting that and taking control of your emotions toward the game, you're looking for someone to blame, and that's on you, no one else. Also, this is not an airport. You do not need to announce your departure," which he's right, or they're right. Sorry, I don't know your pronouns. I apologize. They're right. I can't help myself but make snarky comments here and there. It's just part of who I am. I'm very sorry. So I ended up posting this screenshot in my Discord, again with the name censored. I don't want their name out there, but I ended up posting this screenshot in my Discord. And one of my mods responded, said, "Sorry, is this a theater? Has to be for them to be projecting that much." And then another person responded, said, "If watching a video got someone to stop playing a game, they were probably already on their way to making that decision on their own, and the video just helped them along." So this is something that I bring this up because for a while, or not for a while, I would say very recently, I kind of made the decision to not give negative comments any more attention. This decision was made basically when I made my video called "People Don't Like Me and That's Okay," where I wanted to kind of go over the idea that feeding into this is just not good for my mental. It's not good for me to constantly read comments about how much people hate me. So from now on, when I see those comments, instead of giving them the what's the word that I'm looking for? Instead of giving them the attention that they're very desperately trying to get, I would just kind of leave it alone, because feeding into all of the hate is exactly what produces more hate, and I already have self-esteem issues, so I should definitely just be leaving it alone. And because honestly, a lot of the times when people are leaving hate comments toward me, or they're trying to like attack me or whatever, it's because they want to rise out of me. There's this one dude in particular who comments on like every other video of mine, and his comments are always contrarian to whatever I'm doing. And not even I'm doing or talking about, just contrarian toward me. Like he'll like post a whole bunch of like time codes about like stuff he actively disagrees with, and then like one video he couldn't find anything to disagree with in the video without seeming like a weirdo, so he just made like a really weird offhanded comment that was just, again, directly targeted at trying to insult me. Like his whole personality in my comment sections is being anti-me, which is, I wish I could find somebody to love me that's that dedicated. I'll be honest with you. This dude's my biggest fan, because he did, like I said. Anyway, the point is you might be asking yourself, well, Kaiser, if you're off to ignore negative comments, if you're off to not give them attention and, you know, do your own thing for your mental and everything, then why this comment? Why bring up this comment now? Why make a whole video on it? Because this is definitely out of character for me. I don't make entire videos on one comment. I usually either screenshot them to talk about them, or I just talk about them vaguely or something like that. Why are you making an entire video about it? And it's because despite the very obvious hate toward me, and also despite the fact that they had to announce that they were no longer watching my content, which, side note, guys, I've had a few people do that. You don't got to do that, man. I respect the fact that it is what you do in your free time is on you, right? Consuming my content is something people do in their free time. If you don't want to spend your free time consuming content you don't like, not only do I not mind, I actively encourage it. I actively encourage you to not watch me if you don't like me. I think it is a waste of your mental energy to give so much attention to things you don't like. It's a waste of your energy. I promise you, I'm not going to be hurt if you don't watch my content anymore. I won't. I will not. I'm not going to blame you. I don't care what the reason, literally whatever the reason you don't watch my content anymore, I don't care. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. Anyway, the point is that the reason I bring this up is because in my brain, it triggered an interesting discussion point. And a lot of that had to do with what my Discord said in their follow-up. This person very obviously was already mad at Dead by Daylight. They were already upset. They were already tired of the game. They already didn't want to play it. But instead of admitting that the game that they once loved or enjoyed is no longer doing that for them, what they wanted was something to point the blame at. So they did it at me. They pointed it at me. And I'm probably not the first creator this has ever been told to. I'm sure there are plenty of creators for other games or even movies or TV shows or whatever, where people were like, I no longer like this thing and it's your fault. But guys, plenty of people watch my videos and vehemently disagree with the things that I say. And I'm not talking about rude comments like you're a stupid fat and you don't know what you're talking about. I'm talking about like people who are like, I don't see what you're saying. I'm enjoying the game. I like playing the game. Like even on that very video, there were people responding with that saying, I don't know what you're talking about. And you know what? Those people's opinions and their emotions are equally as valid as mine. If you don't see where I'm coming from and you're having a different experience emotional wise with the game, that's okay. I don't make my videos to try to get people to stop playing the game or try to get them to hate the game or whatever. I make videos so I can just talk about my opinions. That's the whole reason I started doing this. It was literally just to have a place to document all my opinions. Because I'm going to tell you guys right now, you have no idea how often I sit in my room and just yap to nobody. Literally to nobody. I literally will sit there and talk about my opinions at length for no reason. That's why I started the commentary channel, because occasionally I'll see something online I feel I want to talk about and I'm giving my opinion on it anyway because I'm just talking. So I was like, fuck it, let me make another channel where I just post all my opinions, because at the end of the day, I didn't start this as any kind of with any kind of massive goal in mind, right? I didn't start this with any attempt to manipulate the algorithm or try to get people to watch. I started this to start documenting my experience and journey through Dead by Daylight. So that's, the purpose of these videos is just to express my opinions with everything now, right? Because we're talking about the general gaming space. And if you don't feel that way, that's also okay. But if you quit a game and then you blame a creator for the reason you quit the game, you were already going to quit that game. You already didn't like it. There was something about it that you didn't like. And blaming the creator for that is just a very odd thing to do. So the point of this video is basically that you need to take personal responsibility for your emotions. I have a person in my Discord. I'm not going to say who they are because they are a good person, but they have a very bad way of looking at life in general. And part of it is the fact that they are not willing to change anything that might improve their mental health. This is a very hard lesson for a lot of people to learn, and I'm going to get very philosophical on you very quickly. But very often, people become addicted to the misery of the rut that they're stuck in. And changing things to make that better often seems unfeasible. People like to be like, oh, well, that's not going to work. That's not going to do anything. That's not going to change anything. But I promise you, I had to learn this lesson at some point. Changing things is the only way things will change. Changing the way you dress, the way your hair is cut, the amount of times you shower, what you eat, how often you go outside, what you drink, and even your mindset can change a lot. Now, it doesn't fix all the problems in the world. A lot of our issues are systemic, like plainly systemic, and there's nothing that we can really do about it except try to get people in office who will change those systems. But in our day-to-day, moment-to-moment, it's all up to you to try to change things to make them better. Change your environment, like I said, change your clothes, change the way you dress, change the way you look in the mirror, change at one time, in order to try to boost my self-esteem, I started taking like pictures for Instagram. Like I tried to take like one picture a day. That ended up not working, but I tried to change my outlook, right? And so if we take all that and we relate it back to this situation, if you're not having fun with a video game, change the game you're playing. Look at my content. I wasn't having fun with Dead by Daylight. I wasn't enjoying talking about Dead by Daylight anymore. And I was very, very tired of week after week trying to come up with a new thing to talk about every single day. And in response to that, I made this change. It's a scary change. It's a terrifying change. I have already lost like well over, I think 150. I have already lost like well over $150 in revenue, which doesn't seem like a lot, but that's close to a quarter of my income. It's like over a quarter of my income. You know what I mean? So the some of the videos just don't perform, man. I mean, like yesterday's video, worst type of gamers ever, Flamers, was only got 800 views. How Corporations Kill Games only got 700. We had a couple of 18 and 1600s, but then worst concept in AI gaming only got 800. 569 on my montage, 387 on why Yu-Gi-Oh sucks now. None of my audience wanted to watch that video. None of them wanted to watch that video. So, you know, it's a scary thing, but at the end of the day, I'm taking a risk and making a change to try to improve my mental, right? And if you're in a position where you're trying to make those changes, I think it's important to remember that you're leaving a game of your own volition. I didn't make you leave the game. I didn't convince you to leave the game. I didn't do any of that. You were already looking for a reason to leave that game. It's kind of like, have you ever heard somebody break up with their partner for like a completely innocuous reason? Where they're like, yeah, he didn't put the dishes up last night, so I broke up with him. Very obviously, there was more going on there, right? Very obviously, there was a lot more going on that person was fed up with. They were already trying to leave the relationship. They just wanted an excuse to leave it. You were already on your way out from DBD. You just wanted an excuse to leave it. And it sounds like as well, and I'm going to be completely real here, it sounds like you were also already on your way out of watching my content, but you wanted a bombastic excuse, right? Like you couldn't just be like, well, I'm no longer enjoying Kaiser's content, time to stop watching. Like you wanted a grandstanding reason for why you were going to stop watching me. So you were already on your way out with DBD. You were already on your way out from watching me. And so you combined those two things and decided you were going to put the whole blame on me. And I just want everyone with this mindset to realize that at the end of the day, that's you. And you should do the things that make you happy. But if you keep blaming others for the way that you feel, then you are never going to grow emotionally. And that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the discussion. And as always, a great big special thank you to my channel members listed on screen now. You want to find out how to become a channel member today, get awesome perks like seeing videos early, merch discount codes, and more, then please click that join button down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Need more Kaiser in your life? Well, I've got you covered. Check out my second channel, The Kaiser Extras, where I upload full gameplays, stream compilations, me reacting to your Dead by Daylight clips, and more. We also upload a daily short with all the greatest clips from stream. We'll see you over there. Link is in the description.